public speaking, informative speech. People aren't feeling well today. All right, thank you. Okay, well, thanks for coming. Crafting of all types is part of my DNA. I've been a crafter practically since birth. As a young girl, I would sew or crochet with my mother or grandmother. When I was a teenager, I would draw and paint often on my own or with my friends. And finally, as an adult and parent, I've crafted with my adult friends and children through the years, relating to the seasons, school, or just for fun. Having to pick 3 of my favorites wasn't an easy task for me, because my crafting expands beyond the few hobbies that I've already shared. I started sewing as a young girl, with my family and in my local 4-H group. I've even won a few awards over the years. I really picked it back up once my children were born and even have made a business out of it, sewing clothes for families. When you're sewing, you have a lot of decisions to make. Excuse me. What type of product you want to sew, a shirt or dress. When you're sewing, you have to pick also what kind of fabric you'd like, what thread color you want to use, and what type of embellishments you want to add to the project. It's all a process, but starting from a flat piece of fabric and ending with a beautiful piece of clothing or a bag or a pillowcase, in the end, is a wonderful feeling of great accomplishment. When you're painting, the feeling of accomplishment continues because you have a ton of options on what style you want to use for your work, along with what types of paints, such as acrylic, watercolors, or oils, also choosing what you're going to paint on, such as canvas, paper, or even furniture and walls. The brushes you use make a huge difference in how your painting will look in the end. I mainly like to use a more neutral style and use acrylic paints because I like how easily they blend to the colors of my liking. The topics of what you can paint vary between abstract, landscape, or portrait, and everything in between. I find it relaxing being able to take a stark white canvas and turn it into a personal masterpiece. My final choice I made for one of my 3 favorite hobbies is crochet. I enjoy crocheting, especially in the colder months, because making hats and scarves or blankets for others keeps me warm while I'm making them. I enjoy it because to me it's relaxing. It helps me relieve stress. I enjoy picking out what particular yarn I like to use by its color, the size, or even the texture. I enjoy using mainly a bulky yarn because it is thicker and warmer once my creation is finished. Deciding what crochet hook you use makes a huge difference in the final size and texture of your finished project as well. Use a bigger hook and you have a space between your stitches. Use a smaller one and your stitches will be very tight. I love using a bigger hook and bulky yarn so that it just makes everything softer and fuller in the end. In conclusion, I find that my 3 favorite hobbies are relaxing and very creative on many levels. I can start my day by picking out a sewing project, paint a quick picture of my cat, and then finish my day by crocheting a blanket. If only we all had more time to enjoy our hobbies in life. But I plan to one day retire and spend my days creating to share with family and friends. Maybe I'll even make a few things to support my crafting habit. Let me show you some examples. This would be a painting that I've made. Lots
Lower
of different
down
textures.
A little bit. The glare.
Lots of different textures and colors. For sewing, what starts as this can turn into this, which is a dress. And finally, crochet. This is a little harder to show. I'm going to try. Crocheting starts as a ball of yarn and turns into a very long scarf. I'll show you how I do a few stitches quickly. If I can cooperate my yarn here. And you just take the yarn, wrap it around. You're basically making a long stack of knots. But in the end, you get a beautiful item. Like this will be a very long, warm scarf when I'm done. Thank you.